Have you ever felt like you were constantly running after something, someone, always striving, always reaching, only to find that the very thing you chase seems to slip further away? It's a frustrating dance, isn't it? This feeling, this relentless pursuit, touches all aspects of our lives, whether it is in love, friendship, or even just seeking a sense of worth. We pour our energy into these chases, yet so often we find ourselves feeling empty, undervalued, and strangely distant from the very people we are trying to get closer to. But what if I told you this persistent chasing, this exhausting effort, is not just a personal quirk, but a fundamental pattern of life? And more importantly, what if there's a wiser, more peaceful path? Think about it for a moment. Why do we chase in the first place? It often feels like we are driven by a deep desire for connection, for love, for belonging. We believe that if we just try harder, if we show them how much we care, if we prove our worth, then we will finally earn that connection, that love, that validation. Yet, Buddhism, in its profound wisdom, offers a radically different perspective. It suggests that this very act of chasing, this desperate grasping, stems not from true love or genuine connection, but from something far more fragile and ultimately more painful: attachment. Attachment, according to Buddhist teachings, is the root of suffering. When we chase people, it's often fueled by fear. Fear of being alone, fear of being unloved, fear of not being enough. This fear creates an energy of neediness, and here's the crucial point. Neediness, like a clinging vine, often repels the very connection we crave. Consider this. Who do you truly admire and respect? Is it the person who is constantly seeking attention, constantly asking for validation? Or is it someone who carries a quiet confidence, who seems content in their own skin? The answer is almost always the latter. This principle holds true in all our relationships. The more desperately we try to hold on to someone, the more tightly we grasp, the more likely we are to push them away. It's like trying to hold water in your fist. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. True connection, the kind that nourishes and sustains us, is never forced, never manufactured through relentless pursuit. It flows naturally, organically, like a river finding its course. Therefore, the first step towards a more fulfilling way of relating is to understand the nature of attachment and to recognize how it fuels the very chasing that undermines our connections. Now, if chasing is not the answer, what is? The wisdom of Buddhism points us towards a powerful alternative: presence. When you consciously decide to stop chasing, you inadvertently create space, both in your life and in your energy. And within this space, something truly remarkable begins to happen. People start to notice you, not in a fleeting, superficial way, but in a deeper, more meaningful manner. There's a reason why individuals who exude confidence, or are self-assured and grounded, naturally attract respect and admiration. It's not because they are demanding attention. Quite the opposite. It's because they are not seeking approval from others. They are content, or at least striving to be content, with themselves. Buddhist teachings emphasize the immense power of being fully present in each moment, instead of constantly worrying about who is staying and who is leaving, who is valuing us and who is not. We are encouraged to shift our focus to the here and now. When you are genuinely at peace with yourself, when you are fully engaged in the present moment, you project a different kind of energy into the world, an energy of calmness, strength, and self-sufficiency. And this energy, this inner stillness, is profoundly magnetic. Instead of expending your precious life force chasing after others, what if you cultivated presence? What if you became so deeply engaged in your own growth, your own passions, your own journey towards inner peace, that people are naturally drawn to you, not because you desperately need them, but because you inspire them, simply by being authentically yourself? This shift from chasing to presence is a radical one, but it's in this stillness, in this quiet strength, that true attraction and genuine connection begin to blossom. Furthermore, Let's address a common misconception about relationships. Many believe that persistence is always a virtue, a sign of strength. And in certain situations, particularly when overcoming obstacles in pursuit of a worthwhile goal, persistence is indeed valuable. However, in the delicate dance of human relationships, knowing when to persist and, crucially, knowing when to step back is often the greater measure of strength. If you find yourself in a situation where your efforts are consistently unreciprocated, where you are constantly taken for granted, or where you feel you must perpetually prove your worth to someone, it is not only acceptable, but profoundly wise to step back. Walking away in such circumstances is not a sign of weakness, nor is it giving up on connection altogether. Instead, it is a powerful act of self-respect. It's about recognizing your own inherent value and refusing to beg for the attention and appreciation you deserve. In Buddhism, there's a profound teaching known as letting go with wisdom. It's not about callous indifference or emotional detachment in the negative sense. Rather, it's about understanding with clear-eyed wisdom that not everything is meant to be held onto, no matter how tightly we grasp. Some connections are not nourishing, some relationships are draining, and some paths, though initially appealing, lead us away from our own well-being and inner peace. When you possess the wisdom to let go of what depletes you, what diminishes you, you are not creating a void. You are, in fact, making space for what truly nourishes you, for connections that uplift you, and for experiences that enrich your life journey. This act of wise letting go is a powerful form of self-compassion and a crucial step towards cultivating healthier, more balanced relationships. So, if chasing is counterproductive and presence is key, what practical steps can we take instead of chasing? The most transformative shift you can make is to redirect your energy inwards. Instead of seeking validation and approval from others, focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Invest in your personal growth. Read, learn, explore new ideas, cultivate new skills, and most importantly, develop inner confidence that is rooted in self-acceptance, not in external validation. When you genuinely value yourself, when you recognize your own inherent worth, others will naturally perceive and reflect that value back to you. Embrace detachment, not in an uncaring way, but as a liberation from the tyranny of expectations. Let go of rigid ideas about how relationships should be and allow for the natural flow of connection. If someone is truly meant to be in your life, they will gravitate towards you organically, drawn by the authentic energy you radiate. Forcing connections, clinging to expectations, will only lead to pain and disappointment. Shift your energy, your focus, and your intention. Instead of constantly asking, how can I make them like me? How can I make them stay? Frame the question to, how can I live a life that truly fulfills me? How can I cultivate inner peace and joy, regardless of external circumstances? When you prioritize your own happiness, your own well-being, your own journey of self-discovery, the right people, the right connections will be drawn to you, not out of neediness or desperation, but out of genuine resonance and mutual inspiration. True power, lasting fulfillment, authentic connection. All of these precious elements of a meaningful life rise not from relentless chasing, but from cultivating a deep wellspring of inner peace and self-respect. As the Buddha wisely said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. This profound truth applies not only to inner tranquility, but also to love, respect, and connection. Stop running after people. Stop seeking external validation as the primary source of your worth. Instead, cultivate inner peace, cultivate self-love, cultivate presence, and watch with gentle curiosity and open heart as the right people, the right connections naturally find their way into your life. Drawn by the authentic, radiant energy you emanate from within, when you finally stop chasing, you realize you are not losing people, you are losing stress, anxiety, self-doubt, and in return, you gain something far greater: self-respect, genuine confidence, and relationships that are built on true connection, not desperation. So, the next time you feel that familiar urge to chase someone, to cling to a connection that feels precarious, pause, take a deep breath, and remember this: you don't need to chase what is truly meant for you. It will simply, beautifully, and naturally gravitate towards you. If this message resonated with you, and if you are seeking more timeless wisdom to guide you on your path to inner peace and fulfilling connections, give this video a like, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to our channel for more insights and guidance. Remember, true power resides not in chasing, but in the profound art of letting go.